Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Raju from Smart AI Technologies. Today we will going to work on a concept called predicting the air quality index by using machine learning. We will see three concepts here. What is air quality index? Why air quality index is the main or most important key, and how we gonna do that using our machine learning. So the last part will be completely the implementation part, and it will be 100% coding. Okay. Here we are going to use Python. We will take one by one first. So let us check. What is this air quality index? Air quality index is just a number which will show us the level of the quality of air. So how we gonna do it, and what is the basis of giving air quality index? So for that I will refer you to one of the good article which I got during the research. So this contains an in-depth explanation. So here we will see air quality index covers the quality of the air. Okay, these will be defined by the governments of countries. Maybe for India there will be different levels, for US there are different levels. So we will check one by one based on what the quality of air is calculated. So when it comes to India, if the air quality index range from 0 to 50, it's normal. If air quality range is 401 to 500, it's very dangerous, or it's not allowed. Okay, so it's a severe range what they call. So the same thing when it comes to US, they are having different range. Okay, with them, if the value ranges from 301 to 500, they call it as an hazardous category. So what are all these things, how governments are giving these numbers? So what is the main basis for this is, for every year there are so many parameters, as we know, CO2, O3, okay, NO, okay, and NO3, like, okay, there are so many gas parameters. So here from each gas parameter their presence, for example, particular matter PM10 or PM2.5 what they call. Okay, so in this case, if that ranges from 0 to 50, PM10 ranges from 0 to 50 and PM2 ranges from 0 to 30, then for India it ranges from 0 to 50, that air quality index. But for US it ranges from 0 to 50 air quality index. These air quality indexes are given a particular number based on what value of PM10, PM2.5 we have. In the same way, this is one. Okay, again carbon monoxide, CO what we call, based on carbon monoxide, if it ranges from 0 to 1, for India, in India government it gives 0 to 50 range. Okay, if the CO is 34 plus, it will be 301 500 for US, 401 500 for India. So for each gases, how much the gas is present in our area, the location, that air quality index is given. So if the air quality index is more, it means the gas presence is very more, the hazardous gases. What are the gases we are seeing? These are very dangerous gases for human health. So if the value of air quality index is more, nothing but the air presence, like these gas presence is more, so it's not suitable for human health. If we are using these gases, or we are producing these gases from one way or other, they will be very hazardous for human health. We can see, okay, I will be attaching this article, this very nice article. The concept is explained very well. You will be getting exactly based on what air quality index is calculated, and how we will decide whether what is good air quality index and what is bad air quality index. Okay, how much air quality index is less, that much good air presence is there. And okay, this is done on almost all the gases. So our next question will be, till now we saw like what is the air quality index and its calculation, and what is good air quality index and what is bad air quality index. So now comes why we need to study this air quality index. What is the importance of it? Does having air quality index less is good, or more is good? If air quality index less is good and more is bad, in what ways the gases are affecting our human health? For that I will attach you another article which is also well explained. Okay, step by step we can see. It will say if sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide are more, then what is the problem? So if uh, air quality index is more in these cases, okay, separately, when we calculate air quality index separately, so if it's more for sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, in that case it will cause all these, okay, it leads to exacerbation of cardiovascular disease. So and nitrogen dioxide will cause asthma. In the same way, carbon monoxide, okay, it will cause nausea, even death, and sometimes lead to confusion. That's brain malfunctioning, what we say, like this. Okay, in this article, which is well explained, okay, this article will give you in-depth information about the problem of air, worst air or greater air quality index. I will be attaching this article, okay. This is nice, you should go through it once, I think. Once you understand what is air quality index and why it's important, okay, then we should go for our main concern, that is how we are doing that, how we are going to predict air quality index is our using our machine learning models. So let us will start with the coding part now. Before moving to coding, I will show you a data set, okay, which I am using. This is a data set that I am using now. It contains what is the city, what is the date. This is day by day information. So what is PM 2.5, PM 10, NO, NO2, NOx, NS3, CO, SO2, O3, benzene, toluene, xylene, air quality index. Based on all these parameters, and there is another column called AQI bucket, which says us based on air quality index, it's okay, this is poor air quality index, this is very poor, and this is severe, okay, which we saw, I think, till now, which we saw in the article, okay. There were classes, no, that classes are mentioned here based on AQI, okay. So this is our data set. Now how we are going to use that for our work? First, I'm going to import the libraries which we need: NumPy and Seaborn and Pandas. NumPy is actually used to work with arrays and matrices. Then comes Seaborn, which is actually used to plot the graphs, and then Pandas, which is used to import the data set, maybe external data set. In our case, it's .csv. If it's excelc.txt, then also we can import here. So once we import, so I'm displaying that data set, part of the data set, and then I will be checking the basic information about the data set. What are the basic information I will get is how many rows of data we have, 29,531, and how many columns we have. We have 16 columns. So here you can see it will give us what is that column and what is the data type. That's the most important information that we need, okay. And date and what is the data type, object, float, and object AQI bucket. Here why we should know what is the data type, nothing but sometimes what will happen, even NOx is having integer or float values in the column, it will be sometimes object, which is wrong. In that case we should convert that into float, so we need to check it here itself. And what are the columns are there in object format, we should convert them into numerical using some techniques, okay, that we will see in the video. Why we need to do like that? Because we can't feed these object types data to any machine learning or deep learning models. So first we need to convert whatever the data we have, object data we have, to some numerical data as a part of pre-processing step. So we'll see that. And now I will check for regional.sum. What is this regional.sum mean? It will give me what are the empty values are there in particular column. In PM 2.5 there are 4,598 values are missing. In PM 10, 11,190. In xylene there are 18,109 values are missing. How we will solve this problem, missing values? What are the techniques are there and what are the steps that we are using to do that stuff, we will see. And then I go for df.add, that is I'm just displaying some top values. Now here I will copy this data frame to some other value, say data2. Why I am doing that is, if some error occurs from here, I can trace till here, okay, not after that. It will save the time, okay. Now as I mentioned you, there were so many empty values, and to fill the empty values, what are the techniques are there, we'll see. So there are three techniques, okay, to work with null values. One is remove complete rows. I will explain what are these things, okay. Second one is replace replace with mean. Third one is replace with median. What is this remove entire rows? For example, take this is a data set, okay, which is having some data columns. So say it is having some rows, but if this row is containing some empty values, here maybe this data is missing. In that case, what we'll do is we'll completely remove this row itself, okay. That is a one step, okay. When it will be used is, so when our data set is very huge and we have few missing values, say my data is having more 2 lakh rows, okay, but my missing values are say 10 to 100. So in that case I just remove these unwanted data, that rows completely. And in our case we can't do like that because our data that missing are very high, so we can't remove them. If we remove them, our data will become very less. You can check by removing them also how it affects on accuracy. I will guide you that also, how you can do that. And after that we can replace the mean nothing but, here you can see my benzene contains 0, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there are some empty values. In that case, what I will do, I will take all these values, sum up, divided by the number of elements, that is getting the mean value. Wherever the missing values are there, I will replace with, okay, these three are missing now. Here I will replace with mean values. Whatever the mean value I will get, I will replace here. This is one condition. And another one is median. Median nothing but it can be used for which are having object type normally. So median nothing but which have numbers. So it will first arrange the values from lowest to highest, and it will move from both sides one by one, and which will be left in center, that will be taken as a median. It will be just like an average itself, that value will be replaced here. But in our case I am going with the mean, I am not going with median or removing the entire row. So here I am calling data2.fill fill the null values with mean value for entire data set. It will do that for each column automatically. It will take that column mean and it will replace the empty values for each columns, and the data will become complete. So once we've done that stuff, we'll check again, okay. Will now, as I mentioned you before, there are some objects types, but we can't keep these object types with us. We can't apply machine learning model for the data which is in object form. So now what I will do is I will use mapping technique here. You can say mapping. Okay, under mapping technique, what I will do, first I will go to this city column, okay. I will go to this city column. Now I will replace this each cities with some values. In place of Ahmedabad I can give 0, in place of Visakhapatnam I can give 1, in place of Bangalore I can give 2, okay, like this, giving some numbers instead of the variables, replace with the numbers. So that I am doing here. You can see, first I will take that city column data and I will replace with the numbers using this for loop, and I will replace this numerical data instead of string data. Once I do that stuff, I'll show you here itself how the data will be changed. Data 2, you can see here, I think now city is 25, 3, 3, 3, 25 on city column. You can see in the same way on what AQI bucket also. AQI bucket I actually removed here, okay. I will tell you the reason, okay. As we'll be removing that, okay. I already done, that's why I'm not getting column here, okay. So even I can convert that data of AQI bucket to numerical format from string. and then I'm filling this AQI bucket separately. Okay. Why I done separately is, well, before I done fill NA, during that time AQI bucket was having string data within it. I didn't do mapping, so you can't do any mathematical process on string data. So now I converted that into numerical format. Then I can apply. Now we can apply that replacing the main values in that particular column. Now if I check for is null dot sum, I will not get any null values. So this was our full pre-processing step. Now we try to go for feature selection. Okay, we will drop unwanted columns. Here that is date. We don't want to date. Date is not that much effective information we need for building our machine learning model. In the same way, AQI bucket will not give us that much information to implement. So we will remove both date column and AQI bucket column. Now we need to do EDA, that is exploratory data analysis. That's nothing but analyzing the information that we have. First we'll check, we'll plot scatter plot for the relation for like city and air quality index. So when we see that Ahmedabad is more polluted city, you can see here Ahmedabad and air quality index for Ahmedabad is 2049, which is highest. Normally it's more than 1500. It is why it happens is Ahmedabad, as we know, it contains the industries for cloth and like that. So the pollution here is very more than other cities. The second thing is Amritsar and Gurgaon. All these are industrial areas. Okay, Coimbatore and Ernakulam, it's having very less air quality index. Even Aizawl. Why? Because they are not that much polluted and even not that much big industrial areas. So pollution is very less. That's why air quality index is very less. Even you can see Delhi air quality index is very high. So the same thing will try to bring out the relation between these values. So here what we are doing is how PM10 and air quality index are related. It's actually the 45 degrees, say, that is with PM10 particle in the air quality index will increase. That is, this is the PM10 is the main key for air quality index. The greater the PM10, the air quality index will increase and that will pollute the air. Okay, the pollution of air PM10 is the key. Okay, with the more PM10, the greater the air quality index and the situation is worse there. It means the same thing you can see with NO and air quality index. With NO also it's almost increasing. Okay, it means if there is more nitrogen oxide, okay, NO, the air quality index, increasing air quality index is more. Okay, so to reduce the air quality index, reducing the NO is needed. The same thing you can check for NO2. So NO2 is also almost same. With greater NO2, the greater the air quality index and the situation will go to worst. Okay, so you need to control this NO2 to reduce the air quality index. And the same stuff for NOx. With increasing in NOx, the air quality index will increase. So this will worsen the situation. It means even if there is a small change in NOx, the air quality index will get disturbed and the air quality will reduce. So it will be hazardous to health. So if you have a purpose to reduce the air quality index, you need also control the NOx. Same thing if you can do for NS3. We can see for NS3 also it's almost same, it's increasing. Okay, we feel like in some situation ammonia, increase in ammonia is not affecting that much on air quality index. Okay, this is not much important factor that we need to consider. Okay, and carbon monoxide, as we generally know, carbon monoxide is very dangerous to the air quality stuff. So it's directly increasing with 90 degree, almost 45, sorry, 45 degree. uh, that means x equal to y situation. That means if there is 1 unit of CO increasing, that will directly affect the air quality index. So if you are concerned about air quality index, you need to control over carbon monoxide, that is CO first. And then we'll see what is the relation between SO2 and air quality index. The situation is almost same here. With greater the air quality index, uh, with increasing in SO2, the air quality index increases more. So if you want to reduce the air quality index, you need to control over SO2 first. Here when it comes to SO2, we can see like there is not much increase, but the top dots will show us. Here you can see SO2 is 120, then air quality index is 1917. That means it's affecting. Okay, it's affecting, you should control this also. If I check for what is the ozone, that's O3, nothing but the ozone. With the increasing in O3, air quality index is getting disturbed. Okay, these O3 gases are produced from the fridges and all these equipments. Okay, like fridge is the main source for O3, as for my research says. So you can do bit depth research. Okay, from where O3 is produced, from where NS3 is produced a lot, from where CO2 we are producing a lot, whether they are produced from the industrial sources or vehicle sources or some other sources. So it's the same thing. What is the effect of Benjamin with air quality index? There is not much effect on the air quality index from benzene, because benzene is rarely produced. If that is produced, it is affecting the air quality index a lot. First of all, it is produced very less. Even when it's very less, the air quality index is getting affected very high. So if benzene level is increased a bit, there is a big problem that you can see in the graph itself. So same thing with toluene. You can see with the toluene now it's actually growing around 30 degree or like that. It means it's also from it also gives us x equal to y like structure. That means with increasing toluene, AQI increase is happening. So if you are concerned about air quality index reduction, you should consider this also as a feature. So xylene and AQI. So here also you can see with this is also x equal to y like structure. It means with xylene there is bit increase of AQI. These things, xylene and all those toluene, they are produced very less. Even though they are produced very less, they are affecting the air quality index with high impact. So controlling this is the task. So what are the things we done till now? We done for the purpose of feature selection. It means what are the inputs we need to predict the air quality index. We need to train the model. So as per our research or our analysis, we understood that all these gases are much concerned when it comes to air quality index. They are the main features. We can't neglect any gas. So we consider all of them as our features. Okay. So our air quality index feature is our output. Once we get that, we'll split our data set into train and test. That is 20% and 80%. 20% for testing and 80% for training. So once we done that, we are going to use random forest regressor as a model here. So I will be feeding my training data for the random forest regression model. It will train, and after that I am going to get the prediction result for testing values. So once I get the prediction for testing input, I can compare testing output and predicted result, and I can get the accuracy score. Here my model is working with 65% of accuracy. The accuracy, you feel like accuracy is somewhat less. Okay, that is the thing. So how we can increase the accuracy? What are the things we done now? What the things we should change to get the better accuracy, and what may the problem? So few of them I will mention. Okay, you can try. First of all, we replaced every column with the mean. That we should not do. Actually, first what we should do is we should remove the complete rows of that column which is containing less null values. Okay, and then instead of filling all the columns with mean, you search for those columns which are having float data. You fill that column with mean, and which are having complete numbers like integers 10, 20, like the 12 in particular column, try to replace it with median. So this may change a little bit, and yeah, you can try these two steps, and you can work on it. Okay, and another technique you can do is, instead of using mapping technique which I used to uh, change the column to numerical, you can go for get dummies technique. If you can use get dummies and okay, instead of mapping techniques which I use, you can do get dummies and seize these values. If you use get dummies, there is possibility that you gonna get good accuracies. You try it and let me know in the comment. If you face any problem, let me know. So you can contact to our number which is provided in the description. Okay, it also have WhatsApp, business WhatsApp. You can message there itself, so we will reply without fail. Thank you very much. This class was all about the application. Okay, we will meet you in the next class with a greater project. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. Thank you very much.